Back to EPIC47, sponsored by Overclockers UK and XP Pro Eyewear. I'm back with Mad Spare. How we doing? I mean, it's a bit later, you know?
It is a little bit later. We're a little bit more tired. I'm gonna be so real, but we've got a very good game coming up. We're now into playoffs. Groups are done. We have our top 8 teams going through into these playoffs. We're going to have an upper and lower bracket coming for you, throughout the next couple of days or so.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the start of the bracket. This is kind of what everyone's been fighting for. You know, the group stage is good. That's fine. But everyone's in the group stage. That's not got the prestige of the bracket. You know, you're in the top 8 teams, top 4 from each group. And now we get to see, you know, the groups actually playing each other finally. You know, we get the top seeds from the first group playing the bottom seeds from the lower group.
Yeah, definitely. And, it starts to really you see a lot more of it starts to form a little bit better. The games are coming a little bit longer than they were before, and the skill gap kind of closes in a little bit. Not too. Yeah. The Inters teams they're going to have a great time.
Oh, they'll have a ball. Like behind the scenes, they'll be having so much fun. And I mean, the good thing with this is, we start off with a BO1, which to some won't be the best because a lot of teams prefer the BO3s, but I think it just adds that little bit of extra competition. You've just done these BO1s. Now prove yourself against the best teams. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, talking about teams. So we've got CLS versus REY.
Yeah.
Now, top and bottom of their retrospective groups, right? So we've got CLS who ended up first seed in their group, and then REY who ended up 4th in their group overall. So both have qualified for playoffs, but there's a little bit of a gap still.
Yeah.
Hey, it's going to happen.
It's going to be the case. But, I mean, these are all top 8 teams. I mean, CLS going 7-1 in groups. Unfortunately, losing out on their perfect record. I thought they might go flawless.
Delta X as well.
We thought, maybe they lose Control or someone like that, but
the Control game was a 13-4.
Yeah, they stomped Control, which was, by the way, seed number 1, and then go on to lose to Delta X, which Delta X, don't get me wrong, one of those top teams, but I'm not too sure about, I'm not too sure how that's happened.
Yeah, but we are going to be getting in our vetoes in now, so we are still in a best of 1 currently, and it's going to be Bind again. Of course, it's Bind.
It's the tournament of Bind. Every single time we get to Epic, we go, maybe we get a different map. Oh, Lotus is out of the pool.
3 out of 4
Bind.
Today. I love it. Love to see it. I love this map.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've had some Haven in the mix, and, it's a bit different, but Bind, I mean, it's a staple pick. It's been in the game for a while. Teams are used to it. We know what to kind of expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you just...
it's been a lot of Bind today, and I get it. Like, your best of ones, you just want to get them done. Like, there's not much room for diversity, which makes sense. It just sucks.
Yeah, it's just one of those where, if it gets picked a lot, it does kind of turn into that a little bit, but it's because all of these teams are so confident. But it's interesting to see that every team is picking into it, because this means that both teams are confident. Both teams think they can win it, but, I mean, only one of them will, so...
Still in best of ones.
I mean, especially for REY, right? You are the lower seed of the two. Maybe you float a different map, knowing full well that CLS will be prepped on Bind. Every team in this tournament is prepped on Bind.
Yeah.
Maybe try and throw in, a bit of an out there pick.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just to clarify, I do believe the current REY esports that you're seeing today isn't the previous REY esports that we've seen in the past.
It is not. That is correct.
It is a little bit of a troll name, I do believe. So it's like there's not much, behind it. But we've got quite a few first-time Epic landers, if you will, on this side. So it's going to be great to see them coming in and playing this game and getting into playoffs. Yeah. So we are going to be going into Bind, and I like the Mosquito comp
on both sides.
I like it. We don't see it too much on Bind. You usually see that one of them alongside the REYs.
Yeah.
Right? Which makes sense. We're talking about REYs a little bit earlier. Really does have that kind of mobility to kind of change the heights that you're at and get into positions that you wouldn't normally see. But this is really, really important for Shower's Control. Yeah.
I mean, also, Viper Fade on one side versus Chamber and Sky on the other side.
I much prefer this Chamber and Sky. I'll be so real.
Yeah.
Like, this is very... CLS comp right here, very standard. Absolutely fine. On the other side... You're usually seeing one or the other, Chamber or Sky.
Yeah.
But like the Sky with the double duelist.
I mean, it's great to set them up. You got flashes galore with the Yoru flashes, Sky flashes.
I like this.
I mean, if they can even see you to take the fight, that would be nice.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, okay, you've got the Sky flashes, you've got the Yoru flashes and the TPs, you've got the Waylay recalls, you've got the Chamber TPs.
Everyone's all over the place.
Gonna be,
you have no idea.
No, exactly. And you're just gonna just keep biting at them, just slowly, just keep hitting them one by one, and they're on defense first. This is like, I just love this comp.
Yeah, I mean,
on the other side, you've got the standard, what we've been seeing as the standard blind comp element.
I feel like I like to see the Vipers a lot as well, especially. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the Viper is one of those where we'll see this wall, it'll probably be placed in the same place every single time, no matter what, you know, what their strat is. It's one that leaves the question marks. We like to leave, you know, a bit of the unknown for the defenders. They don't know a player could have crossed over, and it means they either have to commit a player over to it to clear it, or they just have to hold it at all times.
Indeed, but we are going to be going into the first round, and it is going to be a little bit of a showers brawl. A lot of space taken very early on, and 3 players.
REY won this fight. REY are going for this, sending out the util from the waylay, trying to catch one of these players, but Jake manages to get around the corner in time. You've got the player in fade watching for it, Gingy, but will opt to run away. Does get spotted out by Pants, though.
I respect him for not wanting, you know, push too much. There's no point losing your life this early on in the round, so kind of Jake opting to back off here, but wow, a bit of a split, but it's going to be early.
I mean, there's still 2 players here from the side of REY Esports. They've got to be ready for this, as it's going to be waylay v waylay, and Pants has won it all out. Managed to get 3 on the round. Can they get a 4th? No, they will fall to Jake, but the trades are there from Winch, and it's a great pistol round from REY Esports.
I mean, it's an incredible hold, right? Managed to get all three of them in lamps.
Yeah.
What were CLS doing? It's really interesting because you see him not opting to take that fight in showers, which is fine. But then they tried to go towards B. And they didn't really even try to contest it. They saw a slight body on B, then immediately TP'd, and there's no space being taken on A. They hadn't even got back into showers yet, so it's a bit like, I don't know, it felt a little bit, not panicky, but it's just not the right play.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what they do as they have, you know, the better weaponry going into this round for the side of REY Esports. Already spotting out a couple of these players early with that outlaw, but not able to connect the shots just yet, as it's going to be a plant here for the side of CLS. Jake sitting in the smoke, just biding the time.
Right, good position here.
Got to be careful with all these players, as Winch has managed to connect onto the first. That will be Jake down. That outlaw connecting onto these players is going to be a really big weapon on this retake, but there's a lot of close corners you've got to clear out here, and there's classics on the side of CLS. They're just waiting, they're patient, as Zowie manages to take down Gingy.
Ooh. A little bit of a spot in the showers.
She's in a great spot here. Spots out the player, but can't land the shots. And no, will get taken down by Zowie in the end. Unable to take down Pants, who's on 23 HP as the trade's going back on site. And there we go. It'll be cleaned up by REY Esports, despite the really low health levels.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you know, chip damage coming through, but if you can't get those finishes on those kills, it's going to be a little bit pointless, if you will.
Yeah.
But overall, very standard, right?
Yeah.
The first round's yours, the second round's probably going to be yours as well. And now we're seeing the buy coming in from CLS. Not too much on the board from the 2 kills overall. They've not really managed to get much out of it. You know, if you're losing these rounds, you still want to be kind of gaining those orb points and so on, and trying to get your ultimates closer with these buys that you're having.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what they opt to do in this round. I mean, for CLS, this is the round you want to be winning. Make sure you lock this one down with the better weaponry in your favor. As we're going to see Shadow push towards this long. Winch is watching this with the outlaw, though. They have to be careful. The first bullet goes out to break the util, and the second does not connect, as the TP is used for Winch there. And this is what we're saying about that chamber comp. You have that option to do it, as Gingy will find one onto Jacob.
Oh, this could be a really good position here. Is that Shadow? No, this. Sorry, I'm just holding. There's a little bit of a fight going on towards spawn here.
In the back line. Do they know?
I don't
Do they know
think
about
so.
each other?
Is it a, I don't know what's going on.
I think they might be aware. I feel like Happy has a feeling, and Pants just knows.
And I think everyone else on the site's kind of waiting for this fight to happen. I'm sure everyone knows.
There we go. Cappy wins that one out, takes down Pants with that shorty. Unable to connect onto the player.
Really happened. Everyone's sitting in B long, we're waiting for this fight to happen. And I guess the smoke's going to start going down. But that outlaw Winch in a very good position right now. Could get a lot of kills, but that's on.
Oh, Winch not able to connect though, and will get taken down there by Shadow.
30 seconds
that will be
left.
site control now for CLS.
Take hold.
Delays come through as well, and it is going to be a very sturdy post plant.
Yes, I managed to find one onto Cappy there. Takes down the one CLS player. To see if they can find any more as Akazera wanting to spot out these players, connects onto the first, but is all alone. Manages to find a second as well. Brings it down to a 1v2. Knows that there's one more player on site, but Gingy is there and Gingy wins it out.
And I mean, again, It's very standard. You're seeing these kind of back and forth, but they lost a lot of guns that time.
Yeah. It's not what you want to be seeing too much, you know, on those buy rounds, but I mean, we're going to see the operator picked up from Winch as well. The glass cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and still not many like ultimates coming through, but like say Winch on that operator, by the time it comes to this operator kind of being lost, it gets to the point where the ultimate will start coming through and the tour de force will then be online. Kind of, you know, that kind of rotation of operators, if you will come through.
Yeah, we'll have to see his Winch wanting to get that early pick, but no, we'll get beaten out there by Shay. We'll get that kill and shut down that opportunity. That's the operator already down as Cappy's managed to find one back on the other side. As Jake manages to find that one as well. Going to be into sight for now. 2 players left standing for REY Esports, but Pants gets taken down. As Jacob gets one back on the other side. 1v3 now. Would have to be an overall 1v4. I mean, can Jacob find anything here, or surely you just back up?
Yeah, definitely. Going to have to... it's not worth it at this point. You know, you've got the gun, you've got 50 credits left to your name, and I mean, that's a very strong round from CLS. Really, you know, changing the game up. But what do you do from here? Because the thing is, I feel like they've all been playing Bind all day. I have a feeling that everyone's going to be playing Bind. It's like, do you get to the point where you're kind of sick of it, or do you get to the point where you've played it so much today that you're kind of just on point? Everyone's been, it's like, this is what, the 9th game today?
Yeah. I mean, for some, I believe it could be down to the 10th.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a long day for these players to play, and I mean, it's one as well that, you know, you've had this time to play together. You know, some of these teams, maybe you've come along as a stack, you haven't been playing together as long, but I mean, for these 2 teams, I mean, CLS, for example, they've been playing in the Challengers Northeast. I mean, they have been playing in this Tier 2 competition. They've been playing against these good players. They're drilled. They have the practice together. They know what they're doing.
They do indeed. And, I mean, I don't know, the attack seems... Okay, they're kind of getting back on their feet after losing the first 2 rounds. So it gets to a point where, you know, they're going to start getting back. They're going to be able to gain a little bit more confidence and play how they want to be playing.
Operator almost connects. Unfortunate there, as Jake unable to get that shot. Will TP back to avoid the dog. There's a TP over, though, from Kakazera. Has to be careful. Jake's just forced all the way back, but on the site, you have the one player in shadow just trying to get some space where possible. CLS just poking and prodding to see what they can find, but we've managed to lock this down quite well so far.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit very in a short. It's such a tight area that you're going to struggle. All 5 players are sitting here, and as soon as that smoke goes down, it's going to be a little bit of a brawl.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do. As there we go, those players are going to rush in from CLS. They've not cleared the corner out though. Jake's managed to find the first onto Winch. They know they've not got this full site control as they only have the front site area, but the fight back is there from REY, managing to take down 2 players already. Got so much left to clear out though, as Jake's will find one back onto Kakazera, brings the numbers even again. Jake's going to spot all of these players out as well with this ultimate, this dimensional drift, just spotted them all out, and Gingy can't land the shot. Jacob finds that one, and then Jake just has to jump out and try and take these fights, and the shorties there from Jacob. 1 player left standing, and Shay almost wins that one out.
But
the molly was there.
4K on the round for Jacob. Oh, hold on. Okay,
nah,
no, okay, no, hold on. Okay.
Well, it was close, but there was time in the end. But yeah.
Okay. 3-2. Going back and forth. You know, these rounds are kind of, you know, REY are looking a little bit not shabby, but like, you know, kind of being completely dominated by CLS, and then then it's completely opposite way around again.
Yeah.
But then these teams were saying like, technically they're first and 8th seed in this like.
Yeah, I mean,
give or take.
I feel like this kind of shows how close all of these top 8 are. You know, coming into the tournament, we looked at it and we're like, you know, this top 6 is really close, but we kind of wrote off a couple of the lower down teams maybe. I mean, REY going 5-3 in the group stage, not maybe as good as they wanted to, but still managing to lock in this playoffs position, and they want to fight. They want to go into the upper bracket and stay in it. So we'll have to see what CLS opts to do on this round. It looks like a dive towards a short. The operator does not connect onto a player, and Panther will find one, but Winch gets one even though he's slowed. The swing is there from Jake though to get the trade, and it's going to be the site control now for CLS.
Dimensional Drift coming through, a bit of information if they can, and let me push into
Pushed all the way through.
what just.
How has that happened? How has CLS got all the way through into their spawn? I don't think REY Esports has any idea what's
Sure,
just
he
happened.
just went through on the with the
I mean, the
Dimensional
trades,
Drift. No, am I going crazy?
I don't know. The trades are there on the other side though, and it's going to have to be a full rotate over from REY Esports.
And look how much time they have to reposition. Shay in a really good spot right now. Teammate kind of going back towards that flank, but there's nothing going to be there, and you kind of have to double up on this point. Shay is not going to be able to survive this 1v4.
It is planted for Hookah though, so the opportunity is there if it comes to it. Pam's going to be that first player in. The perfect blind is there from Jacob, and the kill onto Shay. Leaves it all down onto Jake. A 1v3 required. Jake's in a really good position. They don't have a clue about Jake's position or whereabouts. Managed to find the first. Flash available. Flash goes up. But they're just sticking it through. That's how we're sticking this. The hold is there from the teammate, and Jake doesn't know. Yes, he does. He gets the kill. One player standing, and Jacob does win that one out, and I believe the time might be there. No, it's not. Somehow, Jake manages to clutch that one up for CLS to bring us tied.
It's going down to the wire every single time. Look at the buy now as well. REY can't even afford to buy.
Yeah, I mean, that's really damaging for their economy. I mean, both teams lost so many players there, but for CLS to win that one out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a little bit of money coming through. Winch opting to buy for pants, which makes sense. You do have that Tour de Force online if you want it, but even with the half shield, it's a little bit dangerous. Do you want to try and, you know, not risk it? Okay, it's already out. He's already popped it, so I don't even know what I'm about. There it is.
I mean, Winch is just going to be locking down that A short angle. Just not allowing anyone down, but it's going to be B long for the side of CLS.
I'm going
It's
for
going
it.
to be Shadow just diving in, wants to take the fights nice and early. The slow sent on through, the flash is there though, and Jake will manage to find the first. Takes down Zowie early in this round. The Brim has to run away to elbow and still will get taken down. As I mean, Jake is playing great at the moment, wants to keep pushing on through. Jacob though, on the other side of the smoke, has a classic in hand. Won't necessarily want to swing out of this, but will be forced to, but no, the molly will slow him down for now.
It's really hard to try and retake this site, especially with smokes consistently getting put down. Classics in hand, like you say, is not looking too great. They do still have time, but Jacob flashing themselves. Pants managing to get one on the board, but don't think it's going to be able to do much.
Jake's just closing all of these opportunities down. Winch, Tour de Force in hand, but so many players left to deal with. Anja full blinded. Jake a 4K on the round for CLS.
Indeed, and it's again, it's just the domination. When they win their rounds, they really do win them with that confidence in mind. But just the sight, they just completely they lock down sight, and that's it. And you're seeing REY, obviously they didn't have the guns ready to kind of retake if they wanted to, but you're seeing this consistent Brim smokes coming down and kind of just denying any sort of thing. They've got so much utility to work with. That's the difference, right? Compared to the other side, you're seeing like that Sky in the chamber, which can be really, really good for this defense. On this attack, on that post point, you have a lot of utility to keep these players off their side.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Winch has invested the operator again, a glass cannon yet again, as it's going to be a dive in. No connection just yet, as it's going to be pushed all the way up, and CLS are winning all the fights there. 3 down for them. And it's Kakazera, last player, standing back sight, and there's nothing they can do.
The Yoru through Hookah, right? So 4 people pushing up on long. Your Yoru push through Hookah, pincered them. You're seeing the way dive in, dive back again out of distraction. Yoru popped out of the ult. Both kills, done. That's sight.
I mean, this has caused REY to have to call that timeout. I mean, what do you do in that scenario? You don't really have another option.
No. And I'm saying, they just take it. If they want it, they'll take it. That's it. There's no debate about it.
Yeah, I mean,
these guys have been playing so well.
Shutdown rounds like that are the rounds that can mentally boom a team, and that's why, from the side of REY, you have to call that timeout straight away.
That's the thing. It doesn't even, it doesn't even have to be about strats or how you're playing. Reset your mental. They've been playing well. They're keeping up that score for now, but you do not want them to start taking those rounds away from you, because that's when you lose that lead and that gap gets bigger and bigger and gets scarier.
Yeah, it's exactly what you don't want to be seeing. But yeah, we'll have to see what they can do. But I feel like that glass cannon op just isn't really paying off as much as they maybe hoped.
No, I feel like they need to start being a little bit more aggressive. They're not. When they were winning their rounds, they weren't really allowing CLS to have what they wanted, keeping them on their toes a bit. CLS, like I said, they've just kind of pushed it on the side, and it's so easy for them. If you're REY, just try and just push a little bit early on. Just get a little bit of damage done, even if it's not a kill. Just try and just make them uncomfortable as much as you can. they're not going to. They're going to have to rotate back over again. They don't like. They haven't seemed to be doing much rotating between the sites.
I mean, you got to break up these timings as well. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, CLS, they've got it on lockdown. They've got these drilled, these attacks. They know what they're doing. And I mean, stuff like that from Jacob, you know, trying to swing through, try and take that early fight is what you want to see. And Winch has managed to win one out.
Indeed, and that is a very good start. A little bit damage done to the Yoru and REY, but overall still have those 5 players. Winch, a few jump peaks coming through.
Yeah, just trying to spot out these players where possible. Headhunter's still available. 6 bullets there, and the TP is forced out from that Fade Prowler, as it's going to be the investment from the ultimate here. Gingy going to spot out these players towards site. Going to see at least a couple, and Winch is going to have some awkward issues here, but still connects the shots. Takes 2 more down with him. I mean, Jacob combines for another, but it's all left down onto Gingy. A great shot onto the first. Spike will get planted down here. But 3 players left standing on the other side for REY, and that's a great tag onto Gingy. Brought down to 10 HP. Has to swing on through, but can't land the shots. And REY will win that one out.
There you go. Sometimes, like we said, just need to reset. Winch, when you need to lock down site by yourself.
It's like hit the reset, and Winch just hit 3 headshots, because, you know, why not?
I mean, even the first blood, right? From Winch, sorry. And then, like, they're still opted to push into site, CLS did. But you've got 1 player down, you're a little bit knocked because of that, and then it starts to, like, I mean, to be fair, you're not expecting Winch to get 2 more with the Headhunter, to be fair.
No,
it's not it's not someone getting 3, and then that just gives just enough time for the rest of your teammates to then rotate over. By the time Winch had died, you saw the rest of the players sitting in backside ready to help out.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see from these teams. I mean, REY on an unfortunate buy. It was very well played, but can they convert this over to these full buys? This has been where CLS has been able to pick them apart, because REY, they're not being as aggressive on these, because they feel like they don't need to. They've got the guns.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacob just waiting on the other side has spotted out the Viper early, I believe. Or at least knows there is a possibility of Cappy being there, and Shay just going to be watching towards Hookah in case of any aggression.
Portal closed.
Definitely, there's a little bit of a standstill going on, a lot going on towards B, like you say. But you still got that default wall in A. And it's just like consistency that you'd like to see, but as these smokes go down, this is when things start to get a bit busy.
Yeah, CLS going to want to push into this B site, it would seem. There we go, sending the TP through, but it's still a bit slow. Panta's going to be watching for this Hookah position. The timing could be everything. The ultimate's invested, but Shay unable to find the kill. Pants and Winch combined for 2. Azawi going to be trying to hold down the rest of site here as CLS are flooding on through. Jake's found a kill, but Pants is still alive in Hookah. They've got so much left to clear out, and Kakazera's found another, make that 2. And all of a sudden, last player left standing for Shadow has to run away towards Elbow. We'll find one, though. Spike not in hand.
Pants in a really good position right now.
Oh, but
Has
gets
been
spotted. Oh, almost. There was an opportunity there for Shadow, but not able to connect the shots onto Jacob. And REY will win that round.
They will indeed, and 5-all, they're bringing it back. Like I said, you did not want that gap to start getting away from you, and they've done exactly that. A few ultimates on the horizon as well. You got the Yoru ultimate and the Sky as well, and nearly coming out as well. So this could be really interesting to see how they want to play this. They have a lot of opportunity to retake these sites, but at the same time, they've not been doing too great. You see, these last 2 rounds that they've won, they've contested site. They've not let it, they're not retreated and then retaken it. They've held their ground really, really well, and that's been the difference.
To see what CLS opt to do. It looks like they've split across the 2 sites, maybe trying to show some presence towards B long. Shadow will spot out 1 player, will take a bit of damage and opt to go back, but the rest of CLS mostly looks like they're grouping back up towards B. Originally it looks like they were going to maybe lurk outside of A for a while, but I mean, the Viper's there. The Viper's pit is online.
It is,
so it
indeed.
could be a bit of a play of, you know, let's get that spotted out.
I think Gigi just caught out there, but there's a few shots heard from REY.
I mean, this just means they can't rotate as well.
Yeah.
I think they think the call's going to be over towards A now. Gingy just trying to show as much presence as possible.
You see the smokes on towards REY, debating whether to go back towards A and help out or not. But it is going to be looking like a B push, and this trip. Where do you go now? You've been found out on B?
Yeah, Jacob found Gingy there. The connection was perfect, but for REY, I mean, they're just sitting back waiting. They're letting CLS run all around the map. They don't mind what they do. Time's ticking down, 30 seconds left on the clock. And CLS have to go in here. Jake's going to be the first player in on that Yoru. Gonna have to try and find these kills early. The TP across doesn't spot anyone out just yet, but that's a bit of site control for them. Spike should get planted down here in this one way. Have to be careful though, try and lock down as much as possible as they managed to find one there from Shadow. Cappy managed to find another. They managed to sway the numbers back in their favor, and the Viper's Pit will get invested as well from Cappy. But Jacob's going hunting. Jacob has the shorty in the smoke, but no, cannot find the kill onto Cappy as Kakazera also taken down. And Winch with the operator in hand, surely you don't go for this.
No, I don't think it's the play. I mean, you still have a little bit of money left over, but it's not something you want to do. But manages to get one onto Shadow, and that is going to give you a little bit more of a... you know, you feel a bit better after you having to save it. It kind of sucks when you go, oh, sorry guys, like, look, I can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, CLS opting to send one player to go chase Shay. Could be that Brimstone just trying to track down where Winch has gone, try and get that extra up out of the round.
Yeah, definitely. But then also it's really hard because then you guys have been going back and forth quite a lot. So then is it worth risking that money? Because you probably haven't got an awful lot. And it's like it is exactly going into the last round of the half. So you want to make sure you have that money going forward. And 5-6. CLS honestly need to win this round. Yeah. You want to be going into the second half. Again, to best of ones. They're very tricky. You don't have that second chance to going into the second, even third map if needed. You need to be getting that round difference going into that second half.
I mean, you know, the difference of CLS getting this round means that if they do lose Pistol in second,
they're
it's a nice even scoreline.
Exactly.
If it's balanced, you're 2 rounds behind. That's not a great start for you, but we'll have to see what they do here. Opting to get that orb early onto Jake opens up the Dimensional Drift as an option. Trying to spot out these players early as Shay. Going to be the one with Spike for now, just watching for a hookah push, but there's an op on the other side, so I wouldn't expect to see this too early on.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of stuff going on towards A short here, and a little bit of bait going on. Zowie in a really good position right now, but as long as your Yoru can bait for you, it might work.
Gingy didn't clear it at all, but it's going to be a push over towards Hookah here as Jake's going to spot out these players. Knows where the chamber is, and the ultimate will get invested. Gingy, though, the timing was perfect. Manages to get that one as Trade's going, well, each way on the other site. That will be the control for CLS here. It's going to have to be a retake from REY. Dimensional Drift is available, though. So be able to spot out these players. But, I mean, being able to spot them out is one thing, but being able to clear them out is a whole nother story.
All these smokes going through, you can't really clear much. They're all off-site. There's not much to clear.
Yeah, CLS just locking it down. Shay managing to find Pants, leaves it down to Jacob, and there's nothing more they can do. CLS 7-5 on the half. And, you know, it looked a bit shaky at first, but I feel like as we got a bit further on, CLS starting to lock down those rounds a bit better.
Yeah, and there's a reason, you know, they went 7-1 in the groups, right? Like, these guys have been playing consistently well. And I think, like, it does take time. Sometimes, you know, you're playing against different teams all the time. You're having to change things up consistently, especially like, you know, 8 different teams in one day.
Yeah,
like it's very difficult to be able to do. So sometimes it may take you a couple more rounds to try and to learn how they're playing and adapt to how they're playing, and that happens.
Yeah, it's one of the things you have to deal with in tournaments like these, especially with group stages that you know you have so many games. But we'll have to see on this pistol round. I mean, for REY, it's not necessarily a must-win, but it would be very nice to have for them. Don't want to allow CLS to get anywhere near that double digits early. Because, I mean, teams like that, they know how to close out these games.
And like you're saying, these guys are very well, like these guys have been playing in Tier 2 recently. So, like, they have been having this experience a lot more recently. Oh,
Winch,
wait.
though. This perfect position, but can't connect the shots. Will finally get the kill, but will get traded straight back on the other side. Kakazera's managed to find Gingy as well. For now, that will be spike planted on down for the side of REY, but
a few heals coming in from the sky as well. It can be very handy sometimes, especially on pistol rounds. The chip damage is coming through quite a lot. How many people on site?
CLS are ready for this though, and already one found there for Shadow. Do they just opt to get someone to stick? There's 2 players playing lamps. The tap is there, and Jacob swings on out, but Kakazera will find the kill.
Oh, the flash.
Shadow 1 as well, a third on the round with that Sheriff. 1 player left standing in Kakazera. Oh, sorry, 2. Almost an ace here. It's possible still for Shadow. The shorty, though, connecting, but no, there's not enough there. And it's going to be an ace for Shadow 1 on the pistol round.
I mean...
Is the time there? Just
the
about.
time is there.
I had a second where I was like, maybe not.
Just check in. No, but it is going to be 8-5. And as we're saying, you know, they managed to win that last round on the first half, so they even had that 2-round advantage going into this half. And now this gap starts to get bigger. 2 rounds away from double digits, and that's where you start to lose it.
Also, the confidence boost there for Shadow One. Before that round was 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Now 14 and 8. All of a sudden, you might be, feeling a bit more confident to take these fights. But again, have to be careful. Don't want to be overconfident. We've seen it in the past where teams, get first seed from groups, feel like they've got it in the bag, and then will start to fumble against some of these teams. But I'm sure they'll be careful here as REY, it looks like they've bought into this one as well. A couple of guns up on their side. The Outlaws and Stingers, they forced into this. They want to try and take these fights early, and they're jumping into sight. Zowi's managed to find the first onto Gingy, but the Marshal's connecting, and the Stinger, Cappy, managing to find 2 back on the other side. As there's still a player in sight. Not sure if Jacob's necessarily aware of this. There's a player there. Manages to get both kills, though. Brings it down to a 1v2. Last player standing is Shadow One. Got the ace last round. Outlaw in hand to try and win this one through for the team. Those are Jacobs there, though, but the TP is perfect. Resets the positioning. Looks like Shadow One's read into this. Knows that the player's in the corner, spots them out, but can't connect the shots. No swaps to the Sheriff, and a great headshot there. Invests the ultimate as well, forcing the player and just locking down the round.
I mean, that's just... There was a lot of need for it. I understand, right? That second round.
Second round, Coalesce.
First of all, how are you getting your converging paths in second round?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the ace coming through obviously helps, but it's so disrespectful, man. You're on a buy round, right? You've got the gun advantage. You then solo the 1 HP Yoru is just sitting in the corner. Jacob's just minding his own business, man.
Yeah, he was just chilling like, oh, I've still got this, I can play time. No.
He managed to stay alive a lot longer than I thought he would.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just down to the wire, isn't it? But again, this gap. I mean, the money is going to be on the side of REY now, so they are going to have a chance to really try and bring us back if they can.
Although you say that, but they did force into last round. So
they
the money
did?
is not there as much. They've still got a couple of guns on the other side, though. That's almost a great connection there from Shadow One. Definitely a player to watch in this second half, as it seems like he started to heat up just that little bit.
The orb just blocking the heads of the few people coming through. And
it's perfect. Shadow One caught out in a smoke here. There's a Bucky on the other side. Pants trying to get any connection through these smokes, but Jacobs managed to win the first there. Pushes forward. Takes down this Coalesce player early. They've been spotted out on that bench. The Dink is there, but not enough to take down the player for now. And the heal is there, but the Sky is so weak. As Winch manages to find one onto Gingy as well. Coalesce running low on players to get back into this round as Shay is going to spot out the first. Do they know there's one on box? No, they don't. The Bucky connects. And it brings it all down onto one. Jake does get one back on the other side, but wants to recover the Vandal, but no, the time is not there, and Kakazero will lock down the round.
I mean, it's the thing we're talking about even on the other side, right, with Coalesce and their ability to have such a strong price plant. I think it's just a map in general. Like, there's so many different corners that you can hold your teammates from and have those opposing angles to the point where it's very hard to be able to try and, especially that time sticking down where the pressure is on, you've got to be able to try and tap it and get yourself into a good position to get the kills. And it's, more often than not, you're being held from 3 different angles.
Yeah. Got to be careful, and it looks like for REY Esports, wanting to go towards this B-long positioning. Gonna have a couple players to deal with from the side of Coalesces. It looks like Gingy wants to get aggressive, maybe. No, we'll send down the recon. We'll know that at least one player is there as it gets broken. But will they be expecting 4 on the other side? There we go, the dog gets sent on out as Witch managed to find one onto Shay as well. But that's over towards the other side.
Yeah, back to the very slow pace once again. G managed trying to get a little bit something out of that Sheriff, but not going to get too much. This contestion towards B-long is being a little bit shorter.
Flash from Zowie didn't connect either time as well.
So both flashes used.
Yeah, both flashes used up early here, and Gingy on the other side of the smoke with 2 other players to back him up. The ultimate is invested there from Jacobs, going to spot out all these players, and it looks like for now they're managing to pass each other, and it's just kills every way. Gingy though, free with the Sheriff. Manages to bring it down to this 2-on-2. Oh, Panty gets slowed up as well, but no shots are there. The cover fire from Winch, and REY will manage to lock that one down in the end.
They will indeed, an absolute brawl going on. I mean, you know, like you said, the both Sky Flashes were used. You heard both of them. Right, let's Yoru flash out of this, and all 3 of us swing. But it's just down to Jacob again with these ultimates being able to get into the back lines. And I don't believe he got a kill. but just enough for the whole team to
spotted it all
turn
out.
around, and then you're seeing everyone else from a long swing again, and it works really, really well. And obviously, there was a lot of damage being done as well, so the health bar wasn't looking too great for CLS in general.
Yeah. I think without that ultimate, then I think they would have looked to rotate back, I think, for REY, but instead we'll spot out all these players, as it looks like Shadow 1 wants to get aggressive. We'll spot out a player early, but opts not to take the fight. Doesn't want to give away anything too early, which, you know, for CLS, they've been unable to win these first bloods these last few rounds.
Yeah, exactly, and it's going down to, you know, they were really good on that aggressive style on attack, and I think they're really struggling to kind of play on the slower side of the game. Very slow though, a lot of showers taken.
REY's just sitting back. They're willing to let CLS run at them. But it looks like CLS realizing maybe not the best idea. As REY looking to go towards this short position, 1 minute left on the clock. It seems like they're questioning if they want to commit to this.
Yeah, it's a hard decision. A few pings coming through, looking at maybe lamps. But over, I think once someone gets seen, it's going to be a little bit of a... there it is!
Just there.
Winch onto Shadow, and that is the full dash straight onto site.
This smoke is so good at just covering off. They don't know if there's anyone in it. The spam's on through. A player weak on the other side, though, as Gingy manages to take down Kakazera. Gets the trade back on the other side, and the Nightfall gets popped through as well. That's going to deafen all these players up. They don't know what's going their way, and CLS are winning the fights for now. And it all gets brought down onto one player. It's Jacob. Spike in hand. Would need to be a 1v3. Spots out the first and connects the shots. 13 seconds left on the clock. The spike will get planted down. Both players coming from CT. And Jacob's going to re-wrap down towards elbow.
This is something Jacob's been doing all match. Just been consistently getting in the back lines that can work really, really well.
And the flash is still there. It's still available. But the side of CLS, they managed to get onto site. Jacob's got to get going. Jacob's got to start running. Spots out Gingy. The TP is there, and it's a perfect position! What a play from Jacob! TP's to long, and the mind games there were on point.
Oh my gosh. Now, you're just saying how Jacob loves to be in these really ratty positions, not ratty position, but like just the perfect position, like playing very slowly, and that starts at a timeout. CLS.
TP. There's no way you ever expect that TP.
I know. And it's the fact that you see him walking around backside trying to get the kill, and he's like, I'm not there. I'm in long.
He's watching. He's like, I've got to take this fight. He's going to swing me, but he's behind you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a pantomime almost on site.
I know. And now the timeout has been called, and you're seeing CLS having to struggle. They're panicking just a little bit. I think they need to be playing a little bit more aggressively. They're not shutting down REY, and REY are they find themselves in comfortable positions. They can roam around freely. They're finding position really freely. Those first kills are going towards them pretty much every time for the last couple of rounds, and it's not looking like CLS are really wanting to kind of contest that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 1v3 as well. Like, for a round that CLS basically had on lock.
Was it Brimstone on CLS who kind of had like maybe 1 or 2 shots worth of health left, peeking immediately into CT once that's...
goes early.
Exactly. And you don't have the health and immediately bring it down to a 1v2, which still you have the advantage for your team, but it's not... If you get outplayed, I mean, to be fair, you never expect to get outplayed like that.
It gives Jacob the safety, though.
21 and 8, by the way.
There. Yeah, I mean, Jacob is just kind of like, don't worry,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You guys up, but gonna have to be careful. As I mean, we're seeing a shotgun invested for Shadow 1. As
Be right back.
Ups the back on up, as there we go. The Skydog is invested there, as Pants wants to go over the top, wants to get dashing into sight, and Jake's all stunned up, slowed up, can do nothing. It's going to be the first kill there. I mean, CLS haven't invested into this, so you just want this to be a clean round from the side of REY Esports. The ultimate is invested in the end to just try and slow this down.
That's Spike.
That's Spike. And that's a Bucky in the smoke, but the tags are there through the smoke. Great connection, brings him down to 13 HP.
They have managed to get Spike back, and I think they're debating going for... Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you got to go back when there's a shotgun on the other side and you have no idea where it's gone.
They're wrapping back.
This could be a good play, but Winch connects onto one and Pants will shut down the other. All left down onto Gingy. I mean, the Chamber's just hopping through sight. Didn't spot Gingy out, though, and Gingy will find Pants, but will get traded by the Headhunter of Winch in the end. But
yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. It's typically, right, you see a timeout on the eco round. Let's try and see what we can do this round to set ourselves up for our buy round, and then let's try and win this one back. You're seeing a few ultimates on their side now. You have the Viper's Pit still. Jake with the Operator as well. It could be really, really strong on this defense, but I don't know. I mean, Jake, unfortunate, getting caught out in that corner early on. You
Yeah.
know, you can't TP out there, but I mean, it's just the gap has been closed so quickly, and it's just what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, for CLS, it's kind of slipping away from you. You
Yeah.
had a really good first half, getting to the second half, you know, you do well in the pistol, and then suddenly Ray has just woken up, and Winch is taking the fight
Whoa.
early. Doesn't connect. I believe that was an op-on-op battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake on the other side. Also unable to connect the shot for now, but interesting to see the double up.
Indeed, and you don't tend to see. I mean, when you're on chamber, you will see it on attack. Like it happens, but no one hitting their shots yet, and this first blood is taking a while to come through. Gingy in a really good position right now, although that flash.
Give it away? I don't know if it does. Yes, it does. Zowie, a great shot there onto Gingy. Shuts down any opportunity. Make sure to clear out that corner. The ultimate is invested as well to slow down these players, but there's no one on the other side of it. But there we go. The dive on is through. Jacob takes down Cappy. As Shadow just has to dash out of sight. Jumps through the molly though. Could have maybe got a timing, but players fall backed up.
Option to go towards elbow. We haven't seen too many elbow plays yet, really.
Yeah, I mean, if they can manage to coordinate this well, CLS have a way back in, but B-site is such a hard site to get back to.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got Jake just holding with an op.
Yeah, I mean, Jake's opting to save that operators going into these last couple of rounds. It makes sense, but
I mean, in the position of Shadow 1, you have to get out. You have to either go for a kill or just try and dive your way out of sight. I mean, the Q is available.
no, it's going to be a save. But unfortunately,
They get one on
the
way
fact
out.
that they have to save, you know, they went into the timeout, and then you had your save round, and this is your chance to really come back, and you lose it. That
Slips away
momentum's
from you.
got to be really down.
It's also one where, you lose two players, but you're shut out so quickly from sight from those two players falling that there's just no way back in. Especially when you have an operator on a player on a retake, it's just never going to work out well.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. Cappy, Bucky in hand. This could be the round we see the Viper's Pit.
I feel like it has to be.
Especially on this defense, right? You're going to be seeing it go towards long, force them back over towards A, and you have to be fair, the operator is also down long. So
Maybe it's like a, double layered defense.
Yeah.
Maybe, we got the frontline fighters trying to swing it down and get the kill early, but I guess the backup from the Viper's Pit is there as Jacob's going to invest this dimensional drift, just try and spot out anyone early. The pit is invested and has been spotted out early. It's going to cause a lot more question marks for the Viper player of CLS.
that crosshair was on him for a little bit too long for my liking.
Yeah, Winch almost finding an early pick there, and Cappy's going to get taken down. That's the Viper's Pit gone. The shotgun gone out of it, and it's all of a sudden Ray. Another B-site hit, and it's perfect. But this time, CLS maybe have a timing, but the molly is going to slow them down for a second. But surely they have to go for this one now. They can't have back-to-back rounds where you lose two players and just have to stay out of sight.
Yeah, definitely. And once again, we're back to B-site retakes, and it's going to be incredibly difficult to do.
It's going to be a dive in from Shadow 1, just trying to get these kills where possible, but CLS unable to connect the shots for now. Leaves it all down onto Gingy. 30 HP in a dream. Guardian in hand. And no, Pants, the wrap is perfect. And it's another round on the board for Ray, and they're just running away with it.
They are indeed, and it's a whole different team that showed up. This attack from their side has been insane. That's a double. I mean, to be fair,
6 rounds in a row.
Exactly. Like, you're not going to be able to use them if you don't make it into overtime and win this round anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well use them.
I mean, CLS have kind of fallen flat on this defense.
Yeah.
You win the pistol in the second, which I believe might have both been down to diffusers as well.
Yep.
You've not been able to stop Ray getting into a site. It's not worked, and on a map like Binds, that's vital.
The thing is, you have the Waylay and Yoru. Use them. You have the Fade. I mean, the issue is, like, your Yoru is your only flashes, so you don't have that Sky to kind of, like, be able to push up alongside that Waylay and really kind of do some big damage. But take shower. I mean, they are taking showers, but, like, and it is being held by an op. Use the wall, that Viper's board going through towards the shower every single time. Flash out of it. Get something out of it. We're not seeing, maybe switch over to B, get that Waylay going through even Hookah and getting a few more kills on there.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that aggression that they really need to be getting early on. Their first blood ends up going to Ray, but very late into the round. And once they get it, that's their sign to just go full force onto site, and it's working for them every single time.
Seems like the kill is the go button for the side of Ray, and I mean, CLS, the
Same
money's
round
just
well.
not there.
I mean, we could be seeing Jake possibly maybe trying to get something out of his ultimate, trying to get into backline. Has been seeing Jacob been doing it really, really well.
Yeah.
But
I
it's just
can
so
Jake
risky.
replicate
Do
it?
you just go into what happens if you just TP out and just get killed?
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. So like, the showers control is being taken, but the Bucky.
This could be an interesting spot. I mean, there's a player on the other side. This dive could be perfect, and there we go. It's a perfect connection. Perfect dash and a kill, and CLS, they want to go and fight this. They don't want to allow any opportunities for REY to run away, and they've got so much map control so early on. Unfortunate whippers there from Winch. Luckily, it's a clone, so it's okay. But
I think that makes it worse.
Maybe. You might be right, actually.
Spike is in hand, and they're going to try and maybe... The issue is it's split 2 and 2 on sites now. So either way, they are going to have the man advantage on site, but
the retake could be so quick as well. And I mean, Cappy's in a great position here.
for a Sheriff only.
I just don't know if Ray clears it out. Ray does, and Pants manages to find that kill onto Cappy. And have the solo Yoru on site now for CLS, just trying to keep it locked down. We'll see the Waylay dash on over. If the shots are there, doesn't get cleared out, gets the first, but not anymore. Brings it down to that 2-on-2. I mean, if CLS can find their way back into this, it could be perfect. The ultimate is invested, but no, the players are watching ready, and Jacob shuts them both down, and it's match point for REY Esports.
This is a whole different game. This is insane. The fact that CLS are currently first seed, lost one map, but like probably shouldn't have lost it.
Yeah, I'm probably second best in the tournament overall.
Yeah,
based on current standings, and you've got a team like REY. Yes, they're a good team, but 5-3 in groups.
And like you were saying, CLS, they've been playing a lot together recently. They've been playing in these high-level tournaments. Whereas, okay, yeah, sure, REY, like, they're all like very well-known players and they have their experience, but they're not like a cohesive team that have been, you know, actively playing together for you know.
As long as CLS have,
stuff, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, CLS will be, you know, practicing day in, day out together. They'll know each other's tendencies, but for REY, I mean, you managed to pull it all together for now, and Jake, going to be watching this wall. I mean, this wall has been perfect to lock down some of these angles, but Jake loses the fight again. Kakazera takes them down with that Vandal. Operator on the ground. Pants just trying to find something, but has to TP back, as it looks like they still want to commit into this A site. REY, Pants is just jumping on through. Jacob's managed to find a kill there as well. And it's 3 players left standing for CLS, and they can't afford to not go for this. It is the last round. They have to go. It's going to be the investment there. Going to spot out 3 players, though. They'll know where a lot of them are. They're just going to run on through. Gingy, though, the molly is there, and Jacob's found the kill as well. And it's all over, surely. As a flawless round for REY Esports. Knocks down CLS to the lower bracket. The first seed loses.
This is insane. But it's brilliant at the same time. Obviously, we don't know the current stats of the other first playoff games.
Yeah.
But this is taking... Obviously, playoffs should tend to be on the Saturday, right? But we're doing the first game on the Friday due to the bracket and how it's structured. This is a great start. If you're REY, tomorrow morning, you're chilling.
You just be like, can we just keep playing now?
Yeah.
If you're playing like that, I mean, REY, end of the day, you've had a proper grueler. I mean, losing 3 of those games, you've kind of gone almost even.
Yeah.
And you've managed to go through. You play the top team from the other group, and you win it by just not even really allowing them around on that second half at all. I mean, it's a great showing.
It is indeed, and just an absolute... Like I say, showing that gap between 1 and 8 isn't that big.
No.
You know, you're seeing these guys really put up a fight, and it's just... I don't know.
Also, the implications of beating a team like CLS. CLS, bear in mind, have beaten Control.
Yeah.
And they've beaten all the rest of that group except 1.
Yes.
There's only 1 team they lost to. And now REY from the other group have gone, do you know what, we'll just take that one off of you.
Yeah.
Like, to beat a team like that, that's now just swayed off so much of our predictions. I mean, I don't think I had REY... I think I had them making bracket, but not much further.
No, not at all, really. I mean, we've had our kind of top 3 for a while. You know, in terms of seeding as well. You know, it's kind of it does add up for a reason. But this is why I love it so much. This is why we have the lower brackets. This is why we have these sorts of structures to really like show the competition. Because like, if it wasn't the lower bracket, CLS would be out.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they do not deserve to be out.
Not at all.
But I'm kind of glad that this has happened, because you just... It really it puts a span in the works. And it's just so fun to see.
It's also interesting, the implications for these lower bracket teams. I mean, we saw last LAN, we had a team like LeBron, who was a very good team, dropped down early, and they just ran it the whole way through lowest.
They ran it the whole way through.
I could see CLS doing something like that. Come back tomorrow, you know, fresh.
I mean...
And they just go for the revenge.
Lower bracket, you know, you tend to have the lower teams in the lower bracket, so is being down there a lot easier for them, and they're kind of running for it, but then you run the risk of losing one game and you're out.
Yeah, I mean, you lose that life early, and I mean, to lose it on the Friday, that's never what you want to see. But, I mean, we'll have to see how the rest of the bracket goes. I mean, there's still some games ongoing with the rest of the teams here, but we'll have to see tomorrow who we end up seeing. I mean, any teams you really want to see tomorrow that, like, in the upper bracket?
Control. I think we've seen them at LAN so many times over the last couple of, like, you know, LANs and years and whatever, and they've just not made it so many times, and they've been doing well, and I just want to see them make it a little bit further than they did last time.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they had the advantage not going up against REY. Maybe, you know, it was a tactical thing to not win the group, don't have to play REY.
Hey,
maybe they knew.
Who knows?
Maybe they knew something we didn't.
Exactly. Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see.
That is going to be a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll have to see tomorrow. You know, the players will get some rest. We'll get some rest. You guys, you know, go get some sleep. Make sure you're back here tomorrow, though, because you won't want to miss the action. We're back with best of threes all the way through to bracket, all the way except for those grand finals on the Sunday. We'll have to see who makes it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.